Welcome to Plan 6 Parts video. Welcome to the next part of tr6 gearbox rebuild. So, as you can see, it's out. Took me some struggle to get that. Long story short is the shaft here. Zoom out a bit so you can see it. So the shaft here, when the bear in the back here, every time I pushed it out and it stopped, I'd spray it, put some silicone spray in it and tap it back in, out, in, out, in, out, shake it all about. Eventually I'd done it enough times that it came out almost all the way out. And then when I started to tap the shaft back in, the shaft starts sliding along the bearing, as it should do. So the shaft went all the way in, the bearing stays where it was, and it left me enough room inside when the gears came forward to tap it out. So yeah, it was a bit of a struggle. But that's all you can really do. It's just in and out, in and out. For more leverage, I could have left the ring on it, but I needed that to begin with. I needed that to get the initial push. You could always stick it back on it and use that as extra leverage to go. But yeah, when it gets so far, what happens is, like I said, the actual shaft starts to twist, so it doesn't budge because you're pushing. One side goes, but like let's say the bottom end gets pushed, but the top end now is pressed. So you find you're going bit. But anyway. Alright, so now that's out, let's move on to the next part. Because it's getting late, I'll let you go up. So you can see there's still a bit of a mess in here. I pulled the shaft out, outwards for the reverse. So while I was doing all that, I pulled it and let that drop down while I was tapping it in and out. Because again, I didn't want it to bang into it or get crunched onto it. So now I can take the reverse gear out. Now, next part is this shaft. So this could have gone down and gave me a bit more room, but I'm hoping you can see with the camera. My hands are full of grease, so I'm hoping it zooms in and you can see okay. So let me zoom in, I hope you can see it. Right in. There's the tab. There's the washer. There's a little tab that sticks up and there's a little groove on the inside of it. It's the only way it will come out. Otherwise you'll pull, you think it just pulls out. That groove has to come out. You get one of them out first, and then once you get one out, the rest will pop out. So it's getting that one. Can I get my hand on that one? Probably not. So it's just getting either or, whatever one you can get out. This one happens to be still lined up with the, that happens to be lined up with it. Again, it looks like you almost have it, but it's just too much pressure. Push it back down. You want to get that washer out. The screwdriver might be good enough to get it out. Now, if it doesn't go one way, one end, try from the opposite end. Oh god, now I see why. That's not good. This whole bottom shaft, I'm going to show you when it comes out, all the teeth are smashed. They're all completely smashed in there. So, now I know why the chunk was at the bottom. I said the gear was still working, but I need to get this tab out. A bigger flat screwdriver. I'll put them all back there. I thought I'd put the mic. I don't want to touch. I'm so greasy. So I push the tab up. When it goes up so far, I'll start to pull the gear and it'll come up and I'll get enough underneath. Oh, sorry. So when the tab's at the side and you can see it here, what I'll do is I'll push it into the hole and I push up as far as it goes. Once I do that, I'll push the whole gearing up, it pulls it and then get to the bottom and push it out. And then that'll give me one out. Once I get one out, it's enough to get the gearing out. Oh, look at all that. Oh, God. So this looks like, wow, that's shot. So I'm probably going to end up needing to take it out again, maybe, or this whole gear. I'll just probably end up replacing this part actually. Trying to see, hopefully it's focus in. Look at that. Can you see it all here? I don't know which way to turn it, you can see it the best. So smashed, shot. And all of it is, bits of it is lying all on the bottom of the gearbox. So something went wrong and something went bang at some stage and this gear is gone. So, and that explains all the bits of shreds of metal where it was all chunked up down there. So look, the rest of it looks okay. Yeah, it's a shame. All smashed up there. So that's this completely gone. So it is what it is. And again, that's the whole idea of rebuilding it, because it's no different than engines. You find what you find. And that will explain why all the bottom, I know it's hard to see, is all metallic because of that. And that's why it was all chunking up down there. So yeah, it obviously gave up. So either, yeah, I don't know what might happen. Anyway, I can only speculate, but it doesn't make a difference. So the last thing to do now is I'm going to take this nut off, and that's for the selector. And now I need to find a socket, grease, grease up anyway. So this one has a spline in it, so like a wheel stud, it's splined. So to give it a tap, I think I'll put the hammer back. Again, check the splines to make sure they're okay. I don't know if it's going to zoom in or focus in there. So it's a spline unit. Remember which way is which. There's one large end and one small end. So I'm going to say it that the large end goes to the top, the large one and the small one, or the short end to the top and the longest reaches all the way to the bottom. If it makes any reference, because long, short. So maybe that will help. Anyway, with that out, that's pretty much the bell housing. So that will go in for a good wash, and yeah, that'll clean out. So the last part I'm going to show you now is this. Oh, sorry, I have two things to show you. One is to take the rear seal out. The rear seal is a pretty easy one to take out. Tap one side and the other side should pop up. Shred and cut and wood is two different things, but usually when I do it, usually one side pops up. And that's your oil seal. Gone. You have bearing in here. That will get pressed and that will get pushed down. And the same way as it comes in, will get pushed in. The last thing is the gearing. The gearing is a little simpler. All we're going to do is we're going to tap it down towards the outside. So we took the nut out. So just nice and easy. Just be mindful if you get to here. For some reason, you don't want to stay in there. Gear wanted to stay in there. Whole thing's coming out either way. Let's tap it from this end. It usually comes all the way out. If you want to change the rubber bushing here, you can just use that as leverage and tap on that then. Oh wait, it's not coming out the rest of the way. So you can change this part. This is plastic. Have a look at it. Give it a good clean and make sure the teeth, because obviously being only plastic, it's very susceptible to any metal or wear down quicker. So you can always change it. And again, watch that. The O-ring in here, like I said, once it's come out, I'd suggest changing that O-ring. That's why I tapped it from in there. So yeah, that'll get all cleaned up. Or you can replace it. So other than that bearing being pushed out, again, you can tap it out this way if you want with a big socket, and out it goes, or you can stick it in your press it out, either or. That's that. So last little bit. God, this thing is full of grease. Tools are filthy. Don't spend some more cleaning them. The last thing I wanted to show you is your selector. How to take this apart. This one's a little bit easier. This one goes down, this one goes down, this one goes down. So again, we make sure that the operate freely, which you may or may not do. Anyway, these are on a shaft. So just remember which way they are. There is a small pin here at the front, and what we're going to do is undo that pin, and that will allow it to actually, the shaft to actually pass all the way through. So now we'll find this back. So you can pick any one of them, either or will do. So I'll just do the one and then do the two work the exact same. Again, take pictures, make sure you know which one is which way the pointy way faces and so on. If you have a spare one, you can always use that as a reference. Alright, so now this is off, what I can actually do is tap it upwards. And then I can tap it from this end as well. Find some. You don't have to. Some of the little leads, like this one here, you can tap it from this end. Like I could actually, I could tap it from here and start bringing it this way if I really wanted it, and then it'll just pass through the sleeve. So either or. Oh, sorry. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap it from here. I'm going to start bringing it up. move. Oh, Jesus, Brady. You know, I might better off taking one of these off first because it might be just stuck up here. These are not actually bad to take out. Sometimes you just... Again, if this hasn't been used in some time, it's just going to get a little seized. Even though it's oily, doesn't mean it's walking over. Alright, that's the collar out. Oh, the sleeve doesn't want to come out yet. That's it. There we go. And then this should pop out. There we go. So there's one out. That's it. This one. I've got the ball bearings, the balls. That's what keeps the pressure in it. This one just doesn't want to go. This is having a rough day. It's starting to go. All the way, yeah. And then the last one. So you can see it's starting to come up. I'll do the same with this one. I'll leave a bit more, and then I can pull it up. Pretty straightforward, as you see. Just undo the nut, and then the shafts just start coming up. Like I said, don't forget the ball. And again, these ones, have a look because it's the same as the one that go on the fork for the clutch. So it's up to you if you want to put them back in. Again, just double check everything. So other than this mess that's left here because there's oil everywhere, that's it. That's really it for stripping it. Unless I strip this nut while I'm at it. Might as well finish it. So 20 minutes long, the video. So what I'll do with all this is, some of the parts, like I said, is gone. The synchros will change, the bearings will get changed, the clips will get changed, the washers, the thrust washers, and so on. So they'll all get changed to brand new and all the gaskets. Obviously the gearing is going to have to change on one, because that's shot. And again, sometimes maybe the the gearbox is not stable. No, it's not always the case. But what I'll do is most likely, if that was being shot, the one in the corner over there, because that was stuck on me, what I'll end up doing is, because that one, long story short, that one wouldn't come out and I end up tapping it in, now it's stuck. It's all pretty mangled in there a bit. So I'll end up cutting that out and I'll probably end up using the bottom gearing for this one. This one doesn't want to move either. So again, make sure the shouldn't have to do this. You should move a lot more freer than that, but it is what it is. So yeah, just maybe have to spray in there and just eventually it will go. The ball bearing could be a little seized in it. Yeah, it's just a matter of just tapping them and getting the two of them out, and that will free it all up. And obviously then we're going to take off our switch from the top. So I can hear the ball moving around in there. So I think that's what's stopping it, when the ball bearings are moving around. That's it. That's it. So next video we'll have all these done, and what I'll do is I'll have them all clean, I'll have them laid out, and I'll have the new pieces laid beside it. And then from there we will just start assembling it all back together. So other than the mess I left here, like I said, I know I haven't stripped this part fully yet, but that's really it. That's it for stripping the gearbox. It's a bit of a colossal mess because it's a little unorganised. However, that's in a nutshell how we're going to strip it. It's not exactly, like I said, there's videos out there that will make it look like it's so easy and it's always clean. This is the rigmarole. This is what you're going to expect: greasy, messy, filthy. That's what it's going to be, and you need some patience for it. So yeah, I'll finish off. I'll take these off. Tomorrow's a new day, and then I will start getting them ready for cleaning. Like the rear, you can't see it there, but the rear flange, I'll end up most likely powder coating that because it'll take a bit more of a beating. And yeah, I'll look through them all finally and see what else needs replacing. The fact that the fact that this gear in here is shot and that's all broken off, it really now makes me want to look at all the rest of the gearing to make sure all the teeth are good. Usually it's not just one. If it breaks there, it's usually broken somewhere else, so I'll have to go look at the other one to see. Because maybe just at that point then it's gone. It's not worth repaired, and it just becomes a donor shell. So that's the way it could be. But I knew something was up when I seen all that flake in there, so I knew something was not right, because it shouldn't have been flaky to begin with. Alright, well that's it. I hope you found this useful. I found it greasy and oily. Not a lot of stuff to clean. Yeah, and that's it. I'm going to get this. This is being thrown out. It's now full of gear oil. That's going to smell bad. That's it. That's, I'll repeat myself here, but that's how we strip it. I don't know, you watch me do the rest of it, but I don't think it's going to make much of a benefit. So I shall see you in the next part where we will start putting it back together. So again, thanks very much. Any comments, questions, concerns, give me a shout. I'll try help you out as best I can. And again, if you wanted to see the video on how the gearing works, check out Ellen on Rusty Beauties. He has an amazing video on that. If you want to know that before we start assembling the back. And again, he has the whole restoration one as well. So this is an early box I'm working on, and there's a late one behind me. But yeah, that's it. I just think this are all gooeyed up and stuck up, and that's why I'm not coming out. And I appreciate all the comments, and if you have any advice or have missed out, by all means throw it out there. Again, we're all out there to help. I appreciate the people who subscribe to the channel. Again, it makes me feel like I'm getting somewhere, so the more the merrier. And I hope to, in the new year, I know this is November, in the new year I have a full restoration. There's a car sitting over there, but I have a full restoration. Doug's car is coming back to be painted, and I hope to do live actual live feeds, and it's an opportunity for people to throw their message across and get a live answer. but you'll obviously have to take the membership on the YouTube channel. So if it's something you're interested in doing, you can always have the membership, and then yeah, I'll start doing some live feeds as I actually build Doug's tr6 from just a frame and shell all the way to a running car. So yeah, again, appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.